Another Oscar Isaac film. Welcome to Think About It Reviews, and we are going to talk about the Coen brothers film Inside Llewyn Davis. Now, this stars Oscar Isaac, it stars Carey Mulligan, it stars John Goodman. It has quite a bit of people in here. It even has Justin Timberlake in here. I gotta say though, I really enjoyed this movie. Now, you know, the last review I had was A Most Violent Year, and that was slower, and you know, I said that was good. I thought it was gonna be better, but this film, that was a one-time watch. This film definitely, I could see why critics, I could see why a lot of people like this film. It was really, and it was good. It was just interesting to see how this character, another character, right, who just is sympathetic and just a lot of things are just not working his way. Now, you guys need to know that Oscar Isaac plays Llewyn, and he is a folk singer. And this is set in 1961, where folk, you know, was coming up and stuff, and there wasn't really an audience for it. Well, Llewyn is basically a struggling folk singer trying to make it big, or somehow make it big, and just get, you know, all the recognition. He had somewhat of a group with his partner, but something happened in that situation where he's trying to make it as a solo act. Doesn't work that way. He's struggling. He's going from friends' places to friends' places, acquaintances. Like, he's sleeping in different kind of places. He barely has enough money. He barely eats. I mean, this guy is really struggling. You know how people, you know, struggle to make it in the acting business or struggling to make it in music business today. I mean, it's very hard. You have to be unique. And it's interesting at the very end of this film as well. But I won't spoil it for you. You got to check it out. I got to say, this film looked beautiful. The cinematography was beautiful. It had that gray kind of, you know, that grayness to it. The best example would be, I guess, Schindler's List. Remember when the girl had the red jacket? Some colors were popping out, while, you know, the rest of the whole film was kind of like, you know, a little grayish, a little, you know, barely kind of, you know, you see colors, but there's certain aspects. Like, example, in this film, there's a guy who's eating a cereal, and his bowl is just bright yellow, and everything else is just kind of gray around it. I really like that kind of cinematography. I like the kind of art style to it if it's used properly. And I think this is really used properly. The cinematography is used great. The directions, everything is used great. The environment. When he goes to his friend Gene's apartment, Carey Mulligan, you see it's so narrow. There's only 2 doors, and it's so narrow. You just feel like you're in a tight space. So it has that claustrophobic kind of feeling to it. So I really enjoyed that direction, the look of the film, the smartness of it, the humor in it. The humor is very, you know, oh man. I mean, talk about talking shit. I mean, there's a lot of people who talk. Him and Carey Mulligan's character, Gene, these two go at it. They go back and forth at it. They're really no holds barred, but they're so nonchalant about it. I mean, yeah, she's constantly calling him an asshole. So that character, I really like Carey Mulligan's character, and Justin Timberlake is in here for a little bit. He doesn't do a bad job. It took me a while. I was like, wait, that's Justin Timberlake. You know, you match the voice, and then you kind of look at his face. So, and then John Goodman comes in here. He was kind of a little funny little part he had. There's a lot of great just performances in this movie, but Oscar really nails it. He really makes me want to follow this character. Even though he's not the nicest guy in the world, I felt like he was definitely kind of a dick, and he wasn't being realistic. That he should have knew that throughout the whole movie. He's kind of like similar to every other folk singer. It was even though the music was great, there was nothing really different about it. So, I mean, he was just really trying to get by. He even says at one point in this movie that basically, you know, this is just entertainment. He's just trying to, you know, make a living. But it is a great follow. It's great following his character. Oscar really nails the performance. It's so funny with him and the cat. I think those two are the best dynamic duo. There's a cat in here, and that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of cats in here. But like, just he just nails it, man. He's just a great performance. When he had to be funny, he was funny. When he had to be snarky, he was snarky. When he had to be emotional, he was emotional. This guy was just a well-rounded performance by him, and I can see why Star Wars, J.J. Abrams picked him up for Star Wars: Force Awakens, because this guy really is a great up-and-coming actor. He's really showing me some stuff. He does remind me of the guy, though, from 10 Things I Hate About You. I'm not going to lie. I always get those two mixed up. You know what guy I'm talking about. I think he was also in that one TV show on Fox. But overall, really, really great stuff. I really enjoyed this film. Great pacing. Somewhat great pacing. The tone was great. Everything was great about this film. I really enjoyed it. I really do recommend you watch this film. If you like, even the music was really great as well. So thank you guys for listening, and please subscribe, please like. I'll see you guys later, and I'm out.